once again to another tutorial, and I'll be showing you how to switch between cameras in Blender. So it's like an easier way of transitioning in Blender instead of you creating like a full-on scene and then having to cut and join them. Whereas you could have just done it in Blender by switching between cameras in the workflow. So here I have an animation of a car scene for Koenigsegg, and my laptop can be a little bit shaky or something like that, but I'll do my best to show you how to do it pretty much easy. So here is my scene, as you can see, and I want an animation of my door opening, pretty smooth. I intend to make my animation about 5 seconds if you do the math from 19 to 180. That's about 161, and at 30 frames per second you should be getting 5.3 seconds. So now I have to animate my scene in a way that would be pretty much compelling, one, and I don't want to animate a full-on scene and then switch between cameras like that. Yeah, I know my workflow can be a little messy because I have done some scenes before, but now for the purpose of this tutorial I'll be taking you on how to switch between cameras. So without too much stories, how about we jump into it? So first things first, I would like to position my scene the best way I can ever think of, and to me I think this angle seems fair. Let me start from the beginning. Maybe it's too far, so I'm gonna move it up close a bit. Yeah, I think this looks perfect. But since the door is gonna be opened from this side, I want to take as much important things as possible. So I tend to use, I was thinking between 2 cameras or 3 cameras. So I mean, you know how much cameras you want to use in your scene. Well, that's dependent on the amount of seconds your animation is or minutes your animation is. So my plan is to have each camera record about 2 seconds thereabouts. That seems fair. So I think 2 seconds will do. But initially I would like to put one at my door. So before I miss this particular angle, how about I had one here. Camera, and then I hit Control Alt 0. So I have this view. Not really satisfied with it, but I mean you can come back to it. Then I would like my first scene to have my door showing up. I mean my door coming up like how I put it. I mean, let's get a good angle of my door. Okay, like this. I think I'd have to go into my scene. I guess I'm wrong with that, so how about I change my views? I mean, you could just hide this. What was I doing? Yeah, you could just hide this. I mean, I could work with this side. By hitting 3, you should get your view just like this. So I want my camera to show the door when it pops out of the socket, just like how the Koenigsegg doors come out. They come out and then they turn. So for my first view, I mean, you don't have to bother about the time frame just yet, but I'd like to put my camera somewhere. So Shift A, camera, and then we have another camera. And then to set your camera in, you have Control Alt 0. And then we have your camera in. I mean, you could check if you are not mixing up your camera, and it looks as if I am mixing up my cameras, because I had one in front of the car previously and I don't have it again. So Control Z, you see the camera has changed back to here, and then this time around the camera that was supposed to move is here. So I hit my 0. Oh god, I messed this thing up. Okay, this is my first camera, which is the one I want to use. So I'm gonna go back and add it on one. I'm sure, is this my first camera? Okay, and then my view, camera, and set to active camera. This is not the view I want, because this is like my sorry, my previous walkthrough, which is not what I am trying to get this time around. But you know what, let's do it this way. Let's focus on the door first, which is the camera that was here. Look at the camera here. Yeah, I have my camera here. So I'll hit 3 to show me this door. Yeah, this door is what I need. Then set my camera to active, which is control number pad 0, which I'm not showing the interior of the car at all. I mean, you could go back and change your passcode to this, but since my camera is active now, just hit 3, zoom out down to where you have details of the door popping out, which is just about here, and you hit your control alt 0 sorry, and you have your door in view. I mean, if you are not comfortable with the angle, you could move it up however you want to move it, and then you could rotate it. I think this is okay for me. You can go back to the first frame, which is about, we could start from here, since we don't want it to like start where the animation starts. We want it to start before the animation starts, so you could as well start from 0 sorry, and then grab on the wires, sorry, on the x-axis, and move it a bit in. About here is okay. You hit I, so obviously it's going to start from 0, and then you can click on the car door and see where the door pops out completely, which is 60. So that's 20 to 60, which is 40, which is give or take about an hour plus. So you could go back and select your camera. Yeah, select your camera and go to about, I think we said 60, okay, 59. So you go back and select 59 also. How do I select my camera? Oh god. Select your camera. I'll just leave this and come back. So my camera is okay. Select your camera, get back into O, and then go into 49 and 39. About we go here. Okay, see the door comes out completely. Let me be sure. Okay, so we need it here, which is, let's put it here. I mean, since it's gonna be in slow motion, we don't want too much. We're gonna do this, go again, and then move to about 160. I mean, now you might have issues with varying how will I put it? How smooth it is. I mean, like how smooth each of your animation will be, like how slow they are going to be, how fast they are going to be. I mean, it's all depending on you. All you need the most is the like most reasonable clips, most reasonable cuts you can get so far. So you are here again. I remember always change the interpolation mode to I mean, I don't need this much animation for my door, but I know I can get as much as any good thing so far in this. Let me show you. So this is where my camera is, and it fades out just a little bit while my door pops out also too, as you can see. And then the door turns. I mean, it's pretty slow, so how about I move it up a bit? Probably up to here. I think here sounds much more better. I'll try it again and see. Does that look any different? If you are comfortable with that, you can. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna show you, because the main purpose of this tutorial is switching between cameras, and I guess that's what I'm going to be focusing on mainly. So that's my first camera. How about adding another camera? So now I need to pick a good view, since what I'm trying to sell is the door right now. So how about I do one, and I move between this, and I hit Shift A camera, and then add another camera into my scene. So now my camera is here, since that's my point of origin. How about I move it to what I'm saying here? So you press Ctrl Alt and 0. So now I have my camera looking where I want you to look from. Oh, sorry. Oh god, tell me I've not made a mistake. Yeah. So okay, having that selected, let's get back to where it was, and then okay, I did that, and we'll go back in. So now we have this selected, but it's not like our active camera. So about setting it to our active camera, and we hit this and set object as active camera. We are not comfortable with this, so we go back by hitting 1 and then press 6, or I don't know if your number pad works, and then zoom in as much as you want, or zoom out as much as you want, and then hit Ctrl Alt 0. So now your camera is in sync. And if you want to have the black sides and it focusing on your main object, let's go to your parser cut, and this will do it. But I don't want it this into my scene, so I'm gonna press grab and find the angle that works best, which is Z twice, and I would zoom out of the scene, if you get me. And I feel here is okay. I grab it up a bit and hit Z, and up I go. Yep, I feel here is just okay. To show my door basically, and then I can hit I. I'm gonna go somewhere around, yeah, and then hit I. I mean, it doesn't matter, all you need is just some certain clips from your whole video. And then after hitting high, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna move my, okay, first remember to always click on wherever you want your animation to end with your camera. So say 160, and then yeah, it's here already, so I'm gonna move, grab and then I'm going to move it about, say, here. If you want to be on the same line, you could do that. If you want it to be straight up, I don't know, anything you want it to do. How about move it here? Not too far apart. Rotate it to show I want it to show, which is basically like the two doors. It's high. You could grab it and still move it back a bit down to here, which is okay. Then you hit I, which is saving. And remember, always change it to linear. So if I play my clip, it's going to be like this. So then, let me see my clip going this way. I mean, you could see other cameras in the same ball. They are not going to be active until you switch between them. So for now, I'm only going to be using 3 cameras. I was thinking 3 cameras, but maybe I'll do 2. I don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, this looks like a very beautiful angle to check the doors while they open. I mean, this looks nice. I could make this only 1 camera and just make only this scene. But for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to be having to make, say, 2 scenes. I feel 2 scenes will do. How about make it 2 scenes? The first and then this. So how about I make this like this. I'll move it down to 180. Yeah, I'm about to click all again, and then, oh yeah, before you do any other thing, how about you name your cameras? I have a bunch of files here. Damn, that's a lot. You find your camera, which is most likely going to be down. Yeah. I mean, it's up, I guess. That's my camera. So I'm on camera 003. So all I have to do now is find where camera 003 is, which is here. Yeah, I put in your wheels, but for the sake of my tutorial, you are gonna select the 2 and create new collection and name them camera and enter. So I'm working with 2 cameras. I'm gonna close up this and we have rules. So now you name your camera. Mine is by tapping it twice and just put the name of the camera. About front, pan camera, and for the second camera, which is out switch, and then it's door opening camera, side door. Enter. So now you have the 2 names between here. And the reason how I used to switch between them, you click on any of them and you hit Control 0, which will switch. Normally you'd go to view, then camera, set active. Not necessary. If you don't have the number pad, then you can do that. But if you do, just Control number pad 0 will do. So now switching back to this, and you have your scene here. I don't need this. How about move this also to the end? Grab it and move like this. And then I think I would advise you, I don't know, check the scenes you want and work on them. In case you made mistake in any of the scenes not being in linear mode, click on everything. Also click on everything, interpolation and linear, and you're good to go. So now back to what we have to do, which is with our camera, which is the side door. You start from the beginning, and obviously it has to start with this our camera. Drag it up and hit M, which is the same marker. And I have watched the video for a while, and I can tell that I want frame say frame, I want it the moment it starts turning, which is here. So up onto I want it to cut here, so say that's frame 47. Hit M again, which is where it ends. Or you can, instead of you hitting him at frame 77, you switch to the next camera, Control Alt, and you have this in, and you hit your M. Make sure you hover around the time lapse and hit your M, and then now you have a switch between cameras. And if you keep on playing the animation and you see, do you really like this? I think I like the two those coming up at the same time. Oh yeah, I made the car rotate on its axis, if I'm not wrong. I think I did. You can also do that to make, I put it like on a plate where like rolls around by itself. I think this is okay for me. But for my camera, I think I'd like to zoom it out. Okay, I don't make things complicated for ourselves, but we can go down here, and then grab the camera and Z and move it out like this. Will that be nice? I don't think that'll be nice. Let's just leave it the way it is. So I switch between two cameras, but mind you, you just pressing M is not going to change anything, because at the end of the day, your cameras are not going to switch. And mind you, remember I told you to tag the name of your camera. So you clicking on here for the first scene, make sure it's on the camera you want it to be, which is the side facing door or the side door camera. You press your Control 0 to get in, and then you go to marker. You see bind camera to marker, and you click on that. So now it's starting with the side door opening camera, and then now you go back to here, over around here, click on front facing front camera, over around the workspace, hit Control 0, switches the camera, and then for safer reasons just put the timer here. You see, if you click it here, it's not going to change because you've not switched the camera, you've not binded your marker to the camera. So still on the front pan camera, press Control Alt 0, and we are still on 7. The door is still opening, so you hit marker and bind camera, and that does it. So if I move here, I'm on the first frame camera, like this, you get nothing special again. Okay, this first frame is my side, and this second frame is my front pan. So that does it for how to switch between cameras. For better play, let me just play the video for you. And there you go. Door opens. It's supposed to be faster than this, but I'm using a questionable kind of laptop. But there you have it, and there goes the switch between the cameras. And if you would like to preview your videos before you run the main animation, you just come to view, and then view render animation. Yeah, so it's going to be viewing what is in your viewports. And for better work outputs or whatever you want to call it, I'd advise you go in your output settings, click on it. Okay, how about pause this for your scene rather, and then in your outputs you change it to wherever you want to change it. Since it's going to just be what is working on your viewport display, you can turn off your overlays and your wireframe or whatever, and just switch to your FPM. Whatever settings you put here is what you are going to be recording in your viewports render animation. So mind you, whatever you are doing here is what's going to happen here. So once you are done with that, make your settings and 30 frames, Koenigsegg pan. Have I changed it to, okay, that's the name of my first render. I put it as B-roll. Sorry. And enter. Make sure you're on 30 frames per second, depending on how long you want your animation to be and how less chubby you want it to be. But I work with 30 frames per second. Yeah, my settings are quite okay, and then you hit render animation, and there you go. That's how to switch between cameras in your animation. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.